everyone, in today's video I would like to do some more looks with the Smoke Show palette by Colourpop. You guys seem pretty interested in seeing more looks with this, so obviously like I was saying in my first impression video, if you haven't already seen that, I will have that linked in a corner, but basically I was saying that I don't personally consider this to be a standalone palette unless you just want to do a black smoky eye. So what I want to do today is I want to pair this palette with one of my other Colourpop palettes. Did I say we were doing two looks? I think I said we were doing two looks. Anyway, what I want to do for each of these looks is that I want to just randomly draw one of my monochromatic palettes here to pair with the black palette. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to draw them from like the way they are right now. So this is going to be palette number 1 through 8. And then I'm just going to use that palette along with this palette to create a look with. So I already have my random number generator up here. I've set it from 1 to 8. So we're just going to go ahead and draw and see what we end up getting. So number 5, let's see what number 5 is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like the palette that I'll be using today is the Lilac You A Lot palette. So let me hold those up close to each other so you can see what the final color story that we have going on here is going to be. So this is what we are doing a look with. I'm pretty excited about this. I kind of like having silvers together with purples, so I think this is going to turn out pretty good. So I don't really have a plan for what I'm going to do, obviously, because I just realized which colors that I'm working with, but I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with my Anastasia eyeshadow base, and then think about what to do. I feel like we're going to come up with a pretty cool look with these, so I'm pretty excited. And I definitely know that I want to use the black matte in the Smoke Show palette because I didn't use that one somehow in my first impression video, so definitely gonna be working with some black. I might even pull that black into both of my looks. I haven't really decided, but let me just go ahead and finish priming here and then we can get into doing some more looks with this palette because I really like kind of grays and silvers and stuff, and you guys probably know that if you've been around for a while. So I think where I want to start off is I want to take Ghostin' from the Lilac You A Lot palette, which is kind of like a pastel-y pink, and I'm going to go ahead and use that as my transition shade today, and then I think I'm going to probably deepen it up with like the gray and the black, and then put possibly a silver on the lid along with one of the shimmers in the lilac palette. So I think that's what I'm going to do to start off. So I'm just going to go ahead and really pack this into my crease now. I do want this to be very intense and as pigmented as I'm able to get this, because I know when I go in with the gray to start deepening this up, it's going to kind of lose this color a little bit because the gray is going to be a lot more intense. So do you guys have any favorite colors that you like to pair with gray? I know for myself that pink is definitely one of my favorite colors to work with along with grays, even when it comes to like clothing and, you know, stuff like that. I just find that they just complement each other so well. And now I don't mean like a very bright pink, I mean sort of like a pastel-y pink like this. Like I think this kind of pink along with the gray just looks beautiful. And just pastel colors in general are just such a good companions to grays and blacks. And I think that's one of the reasons I like the Creepy Cute palette so much. I really have not been playing with that in such a long time. Let me know if you want to see like some kind of a video where I can pull that in, because I would love to do so. Maybe I'll even do like a palette bingo with this palette or something, because I just miss playing with the Creepy Cute palette and I feel like I've just not had a reason to pull it out lately for some reason. Probably because I've just been getting way too many things, and I always just feel like I need to prioritize the new things that I get into my collection before I'm able to, you know, go back to something else. So right now is like a very quiet time for me because I don't have anything new in my collection that I have yet to try, which is kind of nice. But it's almost like, when is that new thing gonna come out, you know? And I already know because I'm going to the Morphe store on Friday, and it's Tuesday today when I'm filming this. So I already know I'll be really busy like next week with all the new Jeffree Star stuff, but it's weird to just not have anything that I haven't used in my collection. Like, it's nice in a way. It makes me feel accomplished, and I really try my best to never buy so many things that I know I'm never gonna get around to using it as soon as I'm able to, if that makes sense. And it just makes me really sad when I watch other people's like stories or videos or whatever, and they're like, oh, I have 10 palettes that I still have not dipped into, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I would feel a little bit stressed out if that happened to me, because I know when I get a new palette, is the first thing that I do is I try that new palette before I do anything else, because I just want to make sure that I use everything that I do buy. Even if it's only for a video, at least I can say that I've used it, and I feel like I've justified purchasing that palette more than I would if I didn't just use it right away. So next up, what I'm going to do to deepen this up with is I'm going to go into Slate from the Smoke Show palette here. And I don't know yet what I want to do on my lower lash line. I might go in, wow, that is so pigmented. I was not expecting that. Oh my god. Yeah, I might go in with like a purple matte or something on my lower lash line. We'll just kind of see what happens on my lid here and how things develop. So I'm just placing this down in my outer corner to start with, and then I'm going to go ahead and start bringing this through my crease as well. And I'm going to try to not pull this up too high because I know that, you know, if I do pull it up too high, it's too late and I can't really bring back that pink too much. So trying to keep this kind of low down while still making sure that I'm pulling it high enough up that obviously the darkest color shows when my eye is open here. I will admit though, I don't really feel like these colors complement my hair that well. But it is what it is. I can't really take into consideration what my hair color is when I'm trying to do looks with palettes and stuff, because I'm mostly doing this for you guys. You know, I'm trying to come up with like cool ideas. I don't really care if I don't really match every single day. I'm thinking I want to take just a little bit of the black, just like the tiniest amount here. So I'm gonna dip into, what are you called? Let's do it. Yes, let's do that. Just gonna take a little bit here, just right on the outer corner. I'm not going to bring this through my crease at all. I just want to make sure that my outer corner here is looking nice and dark. And I'm probably going to put some kind of a shimmer like pretty close to my outer corner as well and just layer it over the black. But I just want like the tiniest amount more depth. Like you can tell that there's just a little bit more black on this side now than there is on this side, obviously because there's no black on the other side, but you know what I mean. Alright, so before I move on, I'm just gonna go back in with that pink shade and just try to make sure that I have as much of this on my eye here as I'm able to. And this is also just going to help make sure that everything in my crease is looking nice and blended here. And then I think what I want to do is I want to take Iffy from the lilac palette here and just smudge that underneath my eye. And I might go back in with that pink and just blend that out, but let's first start by just taking that shadow and really smoking that out. So I quite like how it's looking just with the purple here. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this on a bit of a fluffier brush and just actually use this to blend out the purple with on its own instead of going in with the pink. I like how this just adds a little bit of a different tone into the eye look without it really changing up like the color scheme or anything. So I like how this is looking. I think for my lid, I'm going to first start off by going in with, actually what do I want to do? Is that shade going to be dark enough? Ooh, that's a beautiful shade though. I think I'm going to first start off by taking one of the shades in the Smoke Show palette, and I'm going to take Smokin', which is this kind of dark gray, and I'm going to be placing that in the outer portion of my lid here. And then I think I'll go into probably some kind of a purple shimmer in the middle of my lid and then finish it off with either the silver or one of the lighter shades in the pink palette. So I'm first just going to be placing that really above where I put down the grays. But it's just nice to have those grays down so that everything kind of just mixes nicely together here. And I'm just tapping my brush over and kind of into the edges to blend everything together. And I mean, that laid down really, really well. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do next? I'm thinking I want to take that shade that I swatched and I was like, is that going to be light enough? So this one is called Fluff. So I think I'm going to put that, actually, is that going to be light enough now? I'm not sure about that. What if I go in with this one? That's kind of more of a topper though. That could be really pretty. I think I'm going to use this one. This one is called Trainwreck. And it's almost like a purpley gray kind of. I don't really know how I would explain this, but it's a very cool tone purple. And I'm going to be placing that in the middle of my lid here. Oh, that was a very good decision. I think that is going to look perfect with this. Just going to place that in the middle of my lid, like I said, and just make sure that I blend that into the grays. And I think just to finish off, I'm going to take the silver from the Smoke Show palette, which is called Starstruck. And I'm just going to place that on the rest of my lid here and just really blend that into. That is such an intense color. Like, I just cannot get over the silvers from Colourpop. Like, I'm barely touching my lid and this is just going on like a metallic. It's so beautiful. Just going to gently fade that into the other purple here. Might have to go in with a little bit more of that purple because this is such an intense color that it's a little bit hard to mix this because they are two different formulas here. So I'm just going to make this as intense as I want it in the inner portion of my lid here, and then I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of that purple. And as you can see, I'm also wrapping this around to my lower lash line, and I might also go in with something else like right in between here just to have something to kind of mix them together. So I'm first going to take a bit more of that purple here and just layer that over the silver again, just so we have a good transition. And then I think just to kind of merge the silver in with the pink here, I'm going to go into, or the purple I should say, I'm going to go into Wake Me in the Lilac palette. I'm really trying to use a lot of shades from both of these because I feel like I haven't played enough with any of these two palettes that I really want to do them justice here. So I'm just going to be placing that like kind of a little bit over the silver here and just mix it in with the purple so we get a little bit of a less harsh line between the two colors. Just make sure that everything is nice and blended. Just like so, and then I think I'm going to finish off. Do I want to do anything crazy with this? I don't really know. I'm thinking I just want to do some white in my waterline maybe. I feel like I have not done white in a while. Actually, this is not even white. What do I need? This is from Colourpop. It's called Exit. I'm gonna pop a little bit of this in my waterline. I also could use silver, but I just find sometimes when I use silver in my waterline that the light kind of reflects kind of weirdly and it doesn't look like silver. It just looks like my eye is watering or something. I don't really know. So I'm gonna pop some of this in my waterline, do some liner and mascara and put on a lipstick, and then I'll be right back and show you the final look. So here is the look all complete, and I feel like this kind of took a bit of a left turn because I realized that I have a white mascara from Colourpop that I have not used yet. So I put that on my lower lashes because Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips always uses this, and she does it like no matter what look she has on, and it just looks awesome on her. And I thought since I already have white in my waterline, I'm like, I might as well try this, and I honestly really like it. I feel like this is gonna be one of those things that's very polarizing, like either you love it or you hate it, but I love it and that's all that matters. So that's what I did with my eyes, and then for my lips I used my Super Beauty liquid lipstick in the Unconscious, and I feel like this went really well with the look. I actually really like these Super Beauty lipsticks. I need to use them more often. I have this one and I have I think like a blue gray, which probably could have looked good with this look, but I felt like with my hair and stuff it was just a safer choice to kind of match my lips to my eyes, so that's what I ended up doing. Now I do kind of want to do like one extra thing here, and I don't know if this is going to be overkill, but I made an Amazon order the other day of like these little rhinestone things, and I just thought it could be kind of fun to pop like one in the inner corner of each eye here, and I'm thinking I want to do possibly like a green to kind of go with my hair to just tie the whole look together. I've never done this before, so I don't know exactly how this is going to go. If you want to see where I got these, I will link this set down below in my description box, because like I said, I did get them on Amazon, and it came with like colored ones and clear ones, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and take out two of these green ones here. I'm not sure if you can really see these. Let me try to show you a close-up here. Yeah, so I'm gonna take two of these, and I guess I will use some lash glue with these just to pop them on my eyes because they'll really stick that way. And this set also came with like a nail, not a dotting tool, but like one of those things that you can pick up rhinestones with, as well as tweezers. So I feel like it's a really good like cohesive set here, and I'm getting rhinestones everywhere. But I'm gonna take some of my duo glitter glue or lash glue, and I don't know if this is still okay because obviously I never use it because I don't use lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop like a little bit of this just like right in my inner corner here basically. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop that rhinestone right on top of that. I don't know how this is going to look at all, but I hope it's going to look kind of cool. And since I never use lashes, I don't know if I'm supposed to wait for this to dry. I guess I will wait a little bit for this to dry before I pop it on. I don't know, maybe I should just try to pop it on now. And I'm just going to use like the tweezers that came with this set and just kind of place that right on top before I put down the glue. Now the question obviously is this going to stick? And I kind of wish that this rhinestone was a little bit bigger, but I think this could look kind of cool. So I mean, they're on, and I feel like you can't really see them that well. Maybe you can see them better on camera than I can see them in real life. Maybe I should have put them like right in my tear duct, but I was afraid it wouldn't like stick properly and that my eye would start watering. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. I think it looks kind of fun. I'm really excited to like play more with these rhinestones and just put them like all over my face basically because they're so cool. So yeah, let me know if you want to see me do more with these. I'm definitely going to pull them in like sporadically into my looks because I just think that they are so fun and I feel like they will just add a little pop of something extra. So that's where we're at with look number 1. Let me know if you like it as much as I do because I love this. So I think we should just get into the second look. I'm really excited to see which palette we get to pair with this next because I'm hoping possibly the green. I really want to use the green. So let's go ahead and get into look number 2. Hello, I'm back. We are going to do another look. So I have already taken out the lilac palette from the bundle here. So we are going to draw another number from 1 through 7. And then we're going to see what we get to pair with this one today because I kind of hope that we get to green. I think I said that in yesterday's look, or for you, the look that you just saw. Pretty sure I said that. But I just want to work with the green because I have green hair and I just feel like that would be so fun. So I'm going to pull up my random.org here. And then we're gonna see what we end up getting today. I'm kind of excited. Like, I really enjoy playing with this palette. I think it's a lot of fun. So let's see, we have 1 through 7. I'm gonna go ahead and generate here. Did I do anything? Let's try that again. We have number 6, so palette number 6. I'm sorry if I generated twice there. I have no idea what happened. But number 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have the Blue Moon palette, which is quite exciting, honestly, because blues go really well with blacks and grays and stuff because they are cool tone. So here is what we are doing today. I need to figure out what I want to do. I'm also going to prime my eyes and then we are just going to jump straight into it. So I think what I want to do today is I want to do a halo eye because I have not done that in what feels like years. I mean, it's probably been like a month, but it just feels like a very long time. So I'm going to first go into the Blue Moon palette here and I'm going to take Fine China, which is kind of like a dark blue, but not like super dark. And I'm going to go ahead and put that into my crease. And then I think I'm going to deepen up like my outer corners with the black in the Blue Moon, or the black palette, the Smoke Show palette. Words. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and really pack this into my crease now. I'm going to try to keep the shape of this pretty round because I just prefer that in my halo eyes. I find it to be a little more flattering than when I try to wing things out here. So I'm going to make sure that I pull this color up quite high because this is going to be the only color that I have in my crease. Not sure what I want to do on my lower lash line yet, so I'm just going to keep it like this for now. And then, like I said, I'm going to go into the black here in the Smoke Show palette. And I'm taking that on my E36 brush from Morphe because I just find this to be very, very small and precise and it's great for doing halo eyes with. And I'm just going to pack that on the outer corner of my eye as well as the inner portion of my eye here and just kind of blend that into the crease as I go. I'm taking it kind of slow here because I do want to be, you know, pretty precise with this and make sure I don't pull it up too high. Just high enough up that I can see it when my eye is open as usual. And I'm not going to be connecting this in the middle because I just find that on my eye shape it looks a little bit better when I don't, but that's definitely personal preference and I've seen people with hooded eyes that do connect their halo eyes in the middle and it looks really good still, but I just like the look of not doing that, so that's why I usually tend to go with some kind of a pretty dark color in my crease when I do halo eyes, especially if I'm going to deepen it up with something that's very dark. And I'm just leaving a little bit of room just right in the middle here so that I can pop a shimmer. Not really sure which one I'm going to choose yet, but I feel like I have quite a few options given that I have some light shimmers in the blue palette as well as some light shimmers in the Smoke Show palette as well. So I feel like that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and do this on this eye as well, and then I'm going to go back in with that blue and just really run that over the crease, and that's probably going to kind of connect it a little bit in the middle, but I just want to make sure that that blue in my crease is as intense as I am able to get that before I go in with that lid shade. Just taking a blue again now, and I'm going to run that in my crease again like I did in the beginning here. And I kind of feel like this blue is a little bit hard to work with. I feel like it's kind of fading a little bit. But I think this is looking okay for now. Now the question is, what do I want to do on my lid? Do I want to go for something like this blue duochrome up here? I think that's what I'm going to go with. I don't even think that's a question anymore, so that's what I'm going to do. And this shade is called Lumi, so what I'm going to do is I'm still using that kind of fluffy brush and I'm just going to pack that in the middle of my lid here. And I kind of like that this is more of like a transparent color because I feel like it's going to be very easy to blend that into the blue here. I'm also just like gently tapping this a little bit into my crease. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's maybe a little bit too transparent, but maybe if I just keep building this up, maybe if I use a little bit of glitter glue, it would look a bit better. but I'm just gonna keep working on this and see if I can get it to look the way that I want without using any glitter glue. So I think I quite like that. I don't think I need to really do anything else. Maybe I need to build it up just a little bit more on this side here, just like right in the middle, but I think that's looking as opaque as I need it to be. I do think I'm gonna go in with a bit more of the black though, just to kind of intensify the outer corners here, because I feel like the more I go in with more shadows, it kind of fades a little bit. So I'm just gonna take a bit more of this black here. Just make sure that this is looking nice and intense. So I think this is looking okay. I'm pretty happy with this. So I think what I want to do on my lower lash line is, I'm thinking I want to just take one of the blues and smudge that underneath my eye. I don't think I want to do like the same that I have on top. I just find that to not really work for me when I do that. I don't know. I think it's because I have hooded eyes, so if I do put like the lightest shade in the middle, you can't really see it on top, so then you only see it on the middle when my eyes open and it just looks kind of weird. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Clued In, which is the darkest of the matte blues in this palette, and I'm just gonna use that underneath my eye, I think, because that's going to blend nicely into the outer corners that I have going on out here as well. Okay, after a lot of blending, I think that looks okay. So I gotta figure out what I want to do in my inner corner. I don't really feel like I have a shade that I want to use because I feel like the silver is going to just be a little bit too stark. So I'm kind of wishing I had some kind of a... Maybe I'll try to use this matte white. I don't know if this is going to be pigmented enough for me to use as an inner corner highlight. Maybe I'll take a little bit of my concealer or my eyeshadow base here and just pop a little bit of that in my inner corner where I want that white to be. I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit here, just like a little dot, just like so. And I'm just going to kind of blend this out a little bit, and then I'm going to take some of that white shadow and just pop a little bit of that on top. Hopefully that's going to be bright enough that it's going to lighten without it being too much here. So I'm just dipping into that white shadow and I'm just going to pop a little bit of that right in there. I think that actually works out pretty well, because I don't like having like too much of an inner corner highlight when I do my halo eyes, because I want the focus to be in the middle of my lid and not in my inner corner like I usually do. So I think this works out really well. So I think this is where I want to leave it with the shadows. I'm of course going to pop something in my waterline. I don't know, I never know if I want to do something like fun and different or if I just want to do like black or white. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this one from Colourpop. This is called DTLA. It's a very dark blue liner. I think that's going to be pretty okay with this. I might even use black. I haven't really decided, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish off. Gonna probably put on a nude lipstick and I'll come back, show you the look, and we can talk a little bit more about this palette. So this is the look all done, and I really like how this turned out, and I kind of like the lip combo with this too. I feel like my earrings don't really go anymore, but I mean, story of my life, because they never really match when I'm done with my makeup, so I'm probably gonna have to take those off and put on something else, but it's okay. For my lips today, I used the Unbuttoned Lipstick by Fenty. This is the Stunna Lip Paint. I don't love this formula, but I want to make it work because I have it and I need to just use it more often. So because I didn't like the undertone of it that much, I topped it with a gloss, and this is Ice Cold by Jeffree Star. It kind of has a bit of like a blue shift to it, and I feel like that kind of goes with the eyes. So let me know what you think. I really like this look. I think it turned out pretty good. I know that this is not for everybody, and not everybody wants to have a giant, big, blue, smoky halo eye. Like, I get it, but I like that. So as for my thoughts on the Smoke Show palette, now I feel like I didn't use like a lot of shades from this today. I used a black and a white. Actually, did I use anything else? No, I think I just used a black and a white, but I feel like I've used this like 3 times now and I have a good idea of what I feel about this palette, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, I like it. I don't really have any complaints about it. It's not the best black that I have in my collection, but every other shade I feel like performs really well, and it's, I mean, standard Colourpop quality. I really never have any complaints about Colourpop. I feel like their formulas are, you know, very good, especially for the price point. So that's kind of my thoughts on the palette. Let me know if you picked up the Smoke Show palette. I hope this was helpful. Do you wish that maybe I got another palette to pair this palette with? Because like I said, I wish I got the green, but it is what it is. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some other 3 looks one palette videos that I've done, or maybe 2 looks, I'll pop a few up on the screen. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one.